Fight_gaming is first to the stream.
Okay, I think we are just about ready to go. How's everyone doing today? Everything seems fine on my end. And before we fully get started... There we go. Let me get this loading. There is one thing I'm going to test. One thing I will test right now is Oops All Wailord.
Oops All Wailord.
Okay, well, we got the text-to-speech working on that thing. And right now I have the Oops All Wailord set for 30 seconds. What? To better facilitate the login process, the display of the character information has been simplified. Why? Please use the retrieve character data subcommand if you're re-editing your character's appearance. I don't know. I think we're still fine. World is currently full. If you are on a free trial, you cannot log in while... Oh, there's a queue. Oh, shit. What do we do? What do we do in a situation like this where the world is full? Do we just keep trying after a little bit? This did not go as planned. The point of multiplayer is to actually, you know... The point of an MMO is to actually play. And I doubt I can swap worlds. Pivot? I might have to. What do we pivot to? What do we pivot to? Because I wasn't planning for this. How could I plan for this? Granted, I think it's because it's New Year's. And across the pond, it's New Year's Day, so I think they have a day off there. Whereas for me right now, New Year's Day is tomorrow, and that's when we would get days off, you know? So I think that might be what's happening? Let me try again. World is currently full. Shit. What do we do? If we have to pivot to something else, I don't think Pokemon is the right option, right? I am PST. Yes. I am on the west coast of America. I've mentioned that before. It is currently New Year's Eve. Just to date the stream. Yeah, I've mentioned I'm on the West Coast. I've mentioned I'm in Washington State. That's all I really said. Okay, you'll tell me how 2026 is when you get there? Okay, you'll tell me from the future. So... The world, it's full. But I can't just... Oh, I think... Oh, I see. Your characters are tied to the world. You can move characters around, but I hear that takes some time. Okay. What do we do? I have tried logging in 3 times. We've had no luck. We do need to pivot. Is this one of those we should wait? Like, I don't know. Wait a few minutes, do something else for a few minutes, and then come try again? Or do we just pivot to something else and I try to do this maybe Friday? Come back to Final Fantasy XIV on Friday. That might be a good idea. Okay, well, I'm assuming... Do you mean save this for Friday, or do you mean... No, let's pivot for a few minutes. Try to wait a little, then... If not, pivot. Okay. So if we're talking... If we are talking, just temporarily doing something else for a few minutes. Oh, we got a queue. We got a queue going. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now we just wait. We finally got something. But yeah, something like this is what I was worried about. This is the one problem with playing an MMO, especially one that's still popular. Just trying to log in sometimes, you know. Like, oh no, the world is full. It's like, shit. What do you do? Good. Unless the game kicks me out, we can actually go with the normal stream. One of your friends is currently playing. Well, it seems like a lot of people are currently playing Shroob. The fact that I couldn't just, you know, log right in. The fact that the world is full tells you something. But yeah, on my own time, I did... Okay, in this game, I did a decent amount of things. Obviously, I did get a lot of these... Okay, not a lot. I got these side quests ready to go. The one with the X. Like, these are ready to go. These three I still have to finish, but I just didn't end up finishing. However, based on where I'm located, I'm close to the story mode section right here. And I can tell we're getting close to the point where I could get Dragoon. So instead of doing what I've been doing the last few streams and just, you know, taking care of the side quests that I've started, let's just do plot for a bit. Hacker voice, we're in. Are you saying you're the quote-unquote, the guy in the chair? You know, that's that character archetyped? You're the guy in the chair. Yeah, since I'm the cool hacker shrew, I didn't know mushrooms were, tech savvy. Maybe this mushroom is. You left the forest to, see the city, I guess. And by see the city, you mean just stay in one place with the cat girl and play video games. The cat girl has some knowledge in here. Tastes funny, though. What tastes funny? What are you talking about? What tastes funny? What are you tasting? Are you tasting brains? Yeah, since I'm already at the spot, we're gonna do plot. The knowledge, maybe. How does that work if you appear on my robot? You can't taste. I don't think you can taste brain because there's no brain here. Wouldn't you get shocked? You won't say. I see. Leave it up to suspense. Okay. Plot. Is it voiced, or do I need to voice it? Okay. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward. I mean EXP, but whatever, confirming to Ida and Papalimo and that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the Primal Ifrit. Tastes like nickels. Can't get through metal. I knew it. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you'll soon discover. We have guests, Scappa. Or rather, you have guests. Beg pardons. I like how they have different salutes. I think each are from the different city-states. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero in their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lominsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Scappa, your recent exploits have garnered you the intentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization will have Ifrit's bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They have not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit, that they have this evidence of their high regard of you. I find myself wondering how word of Scappa's deed spread so quickly, that the immortal flame should know if his triumph is to be expected. But what of the other grand companies? Eep. Tataru, are you gossiping? Your reputation precedes you, Master Malagold. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together we shall ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure to finally meet you, Master Malagold. My comrades speak of you in your most glowing terms. A man of your talent belongs in the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future in Ul'dah. Everyone has to take a step forward. The Admiral was not exaggerating when you said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. What if I choose none of you? Lady Minfilia. Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, then if I know this, why are you telling me? The grand companies are all encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the mortal, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving the Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You'll be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may prove useful to you in your endeavors. If you are agonizing over which grand companies that deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your alliance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I concede that is no small choice you face. Of course, I had a feeling there would be a way for this not to be permanent. The a thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold a resemblance service. Or resemblance? Whatever. Well, as part of the proceedings, I'm given to understand that the leader of each grand company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Scottbot hear our leader speak and then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. Wait, why are you walking that way? There's no door there. I know full well that adventurers are by the nature of liberty-loving breed, or by their nature, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While I promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Scottbot, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention. Not all of it friendly. Such a weird sentence. Is won't. There will be those who will wish you ill, and you must need to be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one man among many, a friend among friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. You thought I was having a stroke? It kind of seemed that way sometimes with some of how some of these sentence structures are sometimes. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. Ugh. I hope that we can continue to rely on your aid. The 12 know that we all have a need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl, with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. She just gave me her number, basically. Eorzea is changing, Scottbot, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you've made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tatarut. She will appraise you as to where and when the resemblance services are due to take place. Yeah, she just gave me her number. That's essentially what just happened. You know, right now it's just hey, you know, we need to be able to keep in contact with each other. If there's something important, I need to be able to call you. That's how it starts. It feels like whoever wrote her dialogue was trying too hard to make her sound medieval. The entire game is medieval. What are you talking about? The entire game is like this, Shroob. Hell, like the person that kind of let us be an adventurer or signed us up kind of... Everyone speaks like this. Everyone speaks medieval. Hers was like rough. I've ran into a lot of rough ones. I am sorry about all the attention you're getting, Scottbot. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often. To a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue. Literally, if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the resemblance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seedser, Con A. Sana, will deliver her address at Mercato Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next you'll go to Uda, where the Flame General Roban Aelden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored that there's going to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to Stateroom in Limsa Lominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Maelweb Blowfishfine will be giving her address. I forgot. She has like a German name. It's like Maelweb Blowfishfine. Something like that. I don't know. It's been a while since I heard her name. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Zethael, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in the pre-described order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. So, she's basically saying I could go any order I want. Sure, if she's so easy for me to say. What do you mean easy for me to say? Granted, yeah, hers wasn't that bad. I know there was a couple others that were tongue twisters. We'll go back to New Gridania. I guess we'll go in the order. That person's name? Oh, right. The German name. It's very German. I'll say that. That's what I remember. It's been, like, what, a month since I heard the name actually voiced? Hi, Molly. Hi. What is it? What? What? Hi. NPC, so there's a slight delay with your message. I mean, I figured. I figured there's always a slight delay. Right, I gotta go to the amphitheater. She wants attention. Actually, she might need to go outside. I am going to stand here, motionless, and BRB. Maybe my dog needs to go outside. Yeah, she's going to the door. Okay, BRB. At least I'll say this. This game, like, it's very easy for you to just find a spot in a corner, like, basically anywhere, and just not have to worry about being attacked. At least for me, anyway. Anyway, BRB. am back. No, confident on that one. I have a feeling she didn't go. Right, Molly? Right? By the way, Shroop says hi. Shroop says hi. Yes. I know. Alright. Let me swap it back over. There we go. I am back. Let's go to the amphitheater. And again, I do like how they're just like, oh, it could change depending on which order you decide to go through. Because it's not that you have to go in... It's like, whatever you decide to go through. Because you're the special. We won't start these until you're there. Right now, these addresses are surrounded around me. It's okay, we can all wait. Yeah, like, they were saying that this one is first. I could have gone to Udall and they could have been like, oh, Scottbot didn't come here first. I guess we're gonna have to wait.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
We don't want to fight, but we will. I mean, that's honestly a good way to handle things. At least they're not so pacifist where they just won't fight.
The Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, Their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzea and Garlean alike.
There's no reason for me to go on. What am I fighting for?
Happy New Year, Robot. Here's to another year of Robot streams and shenanigans. And here's to another year of Shroop streams and screams. There we go. I mean, screams is probably the best way to describe your streams, right?
Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives,
Yeah, thank you, Shroop.
the Empire has set about raising steel
Yeah, I
fortresses
think it's fair
here
that
in
maybe
the
we do
Twelveswood.
that. I shall pin it.
Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
I love how the first thing someone said was, "We must think of the children!" That is the first thing someone mentioned. Oh my god. The children. Yeah. Not that it isn't a valid concern, but that's always the go-to one, and can easily manipulate people into doing what you want. Just saying. But granted, the speaker didn't go that way. It was just one person in the crowd.
Alfie, no.
Alfie nod. Okay.
And my sister, Alize, at your service.
That's how you pronounce her name. Alice. Again, I know I played Dissidia, so I know of these two.
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
God, his voice is so posh. Granted, I think his character class is more of a scholar, so at least that makes sense. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with the two beast tribes. See, that's his voice. The Ixal are unquestionably more troublesome, being of naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians. Until recently, at least. The voice doesn't really work for Alphanon, but I'm still keeping up with it anyway. It's because his voice is already a little posh. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed by roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. I think part of it is the dialogue. The dialogue doesn't necessarily work with this posh accent. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict at last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may assert that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it's broken. That's like beyond posh, kind of. Granted, if you're gonna be posh, you might as well be beyond posh. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hoped that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How vulnerable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them, then? Oh no! About told me to buy bot viewers, get out of here! Gridanians! Well, perhaps we'll find out. If the Eorzea words fell on fertile ground. Again, his voice was kind of going posh, but at the same time, I think because his job class is scholar, it's more intellectual type of voice. But granted, it sounded a little posh. How often do I do posh voice? Poshbot. Okay. So, they were mentioning Garuda. I believe Garuda and the Sylphs are what's required for me to get Carpenter in Need? What? No, this ain't right. Oh no, that is right. I have to deliver a harpoon to him. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, that ain't right. Okay. Might as well go to Limsa. I think I have to go to all these services, and then maybe this next story one will open up, and I believe the Garuda fight is what allows me to move on to get Dragoon. Have I seen Advent Children? I've seen it once, like 15 years ago. I said, Muster made you think of Kadaj. Really? Again, I haven't seen that movie in like 15 years, so I forget how his voice actually is. Also, it's funny because Kadaj did make it into Dissidia Opera Omnia as well. Kadaj of all characters. Before Red 13. Hell, as far... At least in the US version, but, you know, by the time it shut down, Red 13 never made it in. Kinda upset about that. Say Mustard's... the way he says, Mother. You know, something like that. By the way, Shrew, it's been a while since I booted up the Theorhythm Final Fantasy Rhythm game, at least on stream. But because I unlocked all the songs now, there are some Advent Children songs in there. The grungy way I said it? Yeah, there's a few Advent Children stuff in there. Also, there was a single song from... I believe there's a short that was in the Advent Children, like, I don't know, collector's edition. I forget what the short is called, but it was like an anime, like, 30-minute OVA thing. I forget what the special is called, but there is one song from that as well. Well, we might as well just take care of all these. The benefit of these voice-acted cutscenes is that I don't have to speak for a while. I could just kind of let the game do its thing. Last Order, thank you. Yep, there's a single song from Last Order.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Yeah, the benefit is I could just let the game do itself, and I could just kind of sit back and relax and not talk.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
You have the Blu-ray Special Edition with 30 seconds of additional content. Wait, 30 seconds of content? What happened there? Did Cloud sneeze money or something and be like, you just bought the 30 extra seconds of me sneezing money. This money is the money you just gave me for this Blu-ray.
"700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay."
That's how they advertise it? What? Really? No, seriously, how did they advertise it?
In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Lominsa. I keep saying Lominsa, but no, it's Lominsa. Yeah, it might be a while. It might be hard to find that advertisement, but if you can find it, I'd be curious.
The Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say.
I just realized they want me to go to Uldal second, but again, they don't care which order I go to.
The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our Grand Company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
memory of a gnat. I mean, when we're talking about an advertisement, you know.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom.
Yeah, if you can find it, that'd be great.
Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin! Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
See, like, it's almost posh, but not really. Like, it's scholarly, but it's like that fine line. It's a very fine line between posh and scholar. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Lominsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagins, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. It's weird, I could kinda, like, you could kinda tell I'm getting in and out of the posh voice. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsa's backyard. And that is to say not of eternal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watched. To be fair, it's hard to keep that kind of voice up. That is true. It's very hard. If the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. Again, part of it is that the dialogue doesn't really work, for it. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. Deeper. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Again, you know what's funny? So I kind of have trouble keeping the voice up, right? Because part of it is that the dialogue doesn't necessarily work, but I get the voice back whenever there's a moment, like, with a single word where I could just emphasize. You know what I mean? When there's a single word to emphasize, I could get the voice back. Alright, now we're going to Ul'dah. So yeah, I had a feeling like they were going to talk about Leviathan, and I didn't think about Titan, though. I guess it's because there's two beast tribes here. And Ul'dah, there's got to be another one than just Ifrit, because, just took care of it. It's probably Shiva, wouldn't it? Although, Ul'dah doesn't really seem to be like an ice area, so... And I believe... the 12s would mention, they mentioned Ramu. I guess it could be Shiva. Because Shiva is, like, the only other mainstay. But, what would be, like, another fire one? Kind of. I mean, Titan's already used in Lominsa. Okay, go here. I don't remember where exactly I need to go. No, not here. Hastings Strip. There we go. Okay, where am I going? Looks like it's just over here. There we go. There, we could just sit back, relax, get some popcorn, make a sandwich, do your taxes. You can do a lot of things during these.
The Sultana Nanamal herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert.
Heh,
where the
he said
fire
bosom.
burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Hurrah! Roban!
Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ur dynasty, we have
Lots
wrought
of speeches?
sand
Yeah, there are 3
into
speeches.
gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There. At the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the
I guess I can never unfocus the bosom, can I?
In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save?
Should are we getting a little bit of like audio stuttering here and there? Because I'm kind of hearing it every once in a while. I may have to see if I can reset the audio. Probably after this entire cutscene section right here.
You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth.
Here and there is a wee bit. Yeah, it's like happening every once in a while for like a second. So maybe I'll fix it after this, before it gets worse.
We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Uldar!
Together we are one.
That voice felt phoned in. Together we are one.
Your grace.
Rauban? People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the Inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
She sits on his arm like a parrot. Oh, hey, Batcap. How's it going? Been a little bit. Lizard.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
Fancy meeting you again.
What's going on, Batcap? just kind of covering, like, story stuff right now. Oh, more posh voice. The Uldans have long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. Still on vacation, but got a little free time right now. Very nice. Hope you're having a good time right now. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. Did you have a good Christmas, Badcap? If you celebrate, anyway. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, the smothering his flames each time he has stoked to life. Yeah, ought. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garlings have not gone away. What's with these innuendo voices? I mean, if you're posh, you kinda have to, right? Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ulda has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do, the Uldans send their forces to smite at the Primal, and though they are invariably succeed, each victory is brought with blood. It is a war of attrition, which they cannot well sustain. By the way, Batcap, I added where is it? There it is. I added this.
Oops, all Waylord.
There, we got Oops All Waylord going. It lasts for 30 seconds, but I could change that later if we feel like it's, not long enough. You saw the messages? Nice. Every time... Oh, no, I did that one. Small wonder, then, that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members, considering I'm pretty sure a good amount of them just got killed. At such a desperate hour, the adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. Oh, good, well, wait, no, hold on. Okay, good, I'm done with the voice. Yeah, if we feel like Oops All Waylord doesn't last long enough, I could up the time it lasts. I have it set to 30 seconds. Scottbot, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. This is kind of why I saved Ulda for last. You not banned yet? I forgot to do so. I forgot to do that. I should have banned Waylord, but I just kind of forgot to do it. There we go. But yeah, Batcap, I think I am almost done with Pokemon. So yesterday, I caught Rayquaza, so now we're in the post game. And really, it just seems like there's a few side quests to do, and some of them are due to, some of those side quests are, you know, catch Indeedee. So, like, that's why I haven't been able to complete some of them. But I think we're almost done with Legends. Part of me's hoping to get it finished tomorrow, but we'll see. The post game. No, we're not there yet, Troop. We're not at the post game. We're just at the post game. Unless this is the post game, and I just been ignoring a post game in there somewhere. You see, unless there's like another story event that happens after Rayquaza, and then beating that unlocks more stuff, then that would be the post game. But you see, after completed the main story, you know, you do your ZA Royale so you can try to get Zygarde. That's the post game. And there isn't really story stuff that happens after the fact. So you're still just kind of in the post game. Then you do the DLC, right? Once you beat the DLC the first time, aka Darkrai, that's the post game. Because more stuff happens afterwards, because you have to go get Rayquaza. And then once you get past Rayquaza, you're now in the post game. I'm at the final post game. All side quests are available now. Good. So maybe we can wrap it up tomorrow. We'll see. It really depends on how long it takes for me to find, like, Indeedee or something. And, I may try to hunt for, like, Indeedee on my own time. You know, I'll probably do a few resets to see if I find anything. What is it, Molly? You need to go out again? Why am I not surprised? Did I do the secret side quest for the DLC? No, I don't think so. Is that the one with the Canary bread? Because that one I haven't unlocked, now that you mention it. Because I was just thinking, like, wait, what secret side quest? But it's probably that one. I think my dog... Maybe my dog needs to go outside again. I don't think she actually went when I let her out like an hour ago. Yeah, Molly, I know. Alright. Okay, you are talking about the Canary Bread mission. No, I did not do that. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. The BRB. I guess I need to let my dog out again. I am back. Well, I didn't need to go outside, but, you know, she's not in the room anymore. But yeah, when it comes to side quests in Pokemon, yeah, we have that Canary Bread one, we got Indeedee, we got the Tatsugiri one, which I did catch all three on my own time, so we can at least complete that one. Oh, let me go ahead and fix the audio. And it also seems like Scuffbot's here again. Playing Metroid Prime 4, it's awesome. Interesting, because I'm hearing it's really annoying. I'm hearing it's like underwhelming because there's a lot of annoying characters that just won't stop talking. Let me get Scuffbot back. Mythical quests? Are you talking about the legendaries? Are they actual quests, or are they... or is it something else? Like, does a side quest pop up for those legendaries? Or mythicals, whatever you want to call them. Alright. It is confusing, and the annoying character you mentioned don't talk. A quest appears for them. I don't know. Again, I've only know a little bit about what's going on with Metroid Prime 4. It's that I've heard about Metroid Prime 4. The Genesect one you mentioned with needing the 4 drives, which, by the way, I accidentally bought a second of the water one because I was just kind of mashing A, and I didn't realize you could just buy it more than once. But I think I only need to get one more. But you must be tired of your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers the answer. You don't talk much. Are you talking about Metroid Prime 4? Again, I hear it's these side characters that are the main problem that people are having in Metroid Prime 4. And then people see the scummy nature of the whole...
gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep.
The other thing was the whole, like, if you want to when you're driving around in a big open zone in the motorcycle, it's in complete silence. And if you want music to be played during that section, you have to use the $30 amiibo. I think that, like, those are the things that people are complaining about that I noticed, but I haven't heard too much about Metroid Prime 4. The guy talks a lot in the first area, and they talk during cutscenes, and about 3 times, rather making a joke, comment, or helping you point in the correct direction. You see, that is not what Metroid is. That is not what Metroid is. Have you played any other Metroid games, Badcap? The only bad part is the open area?
The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
No fast travel, dead silence. But if you want music, you have to pay for that $30 amiibo.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
You play Metroid Dread? That is a great game. I love Metroid Dread.
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and 7th Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity?
So playing the game, you want to say it feels more like Halo? So I have not played Halo yet, although I do have Halo 3, because I more recently got that Xbox 360, but I still haven't played any of the Halo games, right? But, like, Metroid Dread is what should be more like, when it comes to, like, atmosphere and dialogue, quote-unquote. Metroid Dread is what Metroid should be aiming for more.
No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the 7th Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
Character interactions in the game are more Halo. Prime 4 combat is Metroid, except for the bike fights.
I should hope so.
And that's the thing, Batcap. Metroid is all about atmosphere, and for the most part, lack of dialogue. Right? Granted, I haven't...
We are to escort you.
I haven't played too many
Does not come
Metroid
into
games.
it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all.
And one of the games that would have more dialogue, actually two of the games that would have more dialogue is Metroid Prime 3 and Other M. And Other M is an example of how not to write a Metroid game. Granted, that's more of a problem with the English version, like, because apparently they changed a lot from the Japanese to the English version. I don't know how the characters are written in Prime 3 that much, and maybe that's a better way of handling it.
The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Also, I heard there's another side character where all she does is just gas up Samus and how cool she is. Okay, so now I have to make a choice. I don't know how much these matter, because they did say I could swap at any time later. Do I want the warning or not? It's going to be a while since I ever get to Prime 4. I do not know when I'll ever get to Prime 4, so you could go right ahead and mention it. Which is sad, because I really wanted to play Prime 4 until I heard what people were saying about it. Anyway, I have to pick one of these three. It sounds like I could swap at any time later. That female side character exists? Yeah, I figured. I'm going to go with the one for Gridania for two reasons. One, I started in Gridania. Let's keep it consistent, sort of thing. And two, if this specifically opens up the Garuda side quest now instead of later, that will let me get Dragoon. Oh, Caesar's, where's this touch your heart? Not really. Have you resolved to entwine the destiny of the twin adder? Yep. Chosen wisely, my friend. The elder Caesar will be overjoyed. Without further ado, we're to speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment procedure, you must report to the adder's nest. I dare say you know it well from your wanderings in New Gridania. Give your name to the personnel officer there, and he will guide you through the formalities. I have no doubt, but your deeds will bring great honor to the Order when we meet in Gridania. I shall be proud to call you brother. Not only that, I could just return back to Gridania. The weapons never get damage. Damage upgrades only do more damage if charge and elemental charge shots is just 3 shots. Well, I'm trying to remember if other beam upgrades like laser or wave actually boost your damage, and I think they do. But Metroid Prime 4, okay, the only Prime game I've played was the first one, both GameCube and Remake. And I'm trying to remember. I know there's Fire Beam, there's Ice Beam, Plasma. I'm trying to remember if they did, and Power Beam. There's the 4 beams. I'm trying to remember if they did more damage, like the Fire one did. And maybe there was, but I know some enemies were only weak to certain ones. I know that was a factor. Means early game enemies still can be decent threat, and all elemental shots are practically useless in fights unless it's a specific boss fight. So maybe the different beam types are used as certain weaknesses against certain enemies. That's more what it is, not really a power upgrade. Tried. Only one elemental shot helps destroys enemies faster, and that is exactly on one enemy. Okay. I see how it is. You are come to the Adder's Nest, headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would toil in the elemental's name for the good of our forest nation. I'm Scott Malgold. I think you have been expecting me. Ah, the great adventurer himself. Yes, our recruitment officer sent word that you were on your way. It is a pleasure and an honor both to welcome you to our ranks, friend. Now let me gather together the relevant documentation. Sir. What is it? Report. An urgent message of the Eorzea Spire, sir. A high-wind skyways airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in the skies over the East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of the Nine Isles. Nine Ivies? Gods, this could have come at the worst time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield, dealing with the Ixal. Scotbot, I know full well that you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if the reports are accurate, it will have come down dangerously close to the Garlean-occupied territory. Please make all haste to the area southeast of Nine Ivies, locate the airship, and ascertain the status of the passengers. Two types do wonders on types of enemies that are only found in one area each. And the other does more damage enemy found elsewhere, but it's not noticeable and is only noticeable on one enemy. Backtracking is required. Well, Metroid games, like, backtracking is a common thing, so that's not something I really worry about. Southeast is 9 Isles. I think the fastest way is to actually take the boat. I think the fastest way is the boat. No, not North Shroud. Actually, no, like, you... Central Shroud would be faster, I think. Where I need to go. So yeah, it's more of like, you see a certain type of enemy, you figure out what that type of enemy is weak to, and then you swap to the corresponding beam that enemy is particularly weak to. I don't have a problem with that setup, to be honest. But it is different than, say, Metroid Dread, where all the beams just stack upon each other. And they just get more powerful. Backtrack opening is normal, but to get from one area to another is the open area takes 10 minutes. Oh, the big open zone. You know, I remember seeing like a short on Metroid Prime 4 or something, talking about how one person just went around the open zone like right away, spent a few hours just grinding the green gems or something. Because apparently those green gems are required to beat the game. Like to open up other areas. And the short mentioned that he went around for like a few hours grinding green gems and he still couldn't get into the final area. Fast travel doesn't exist. Right. Well, to be fair, Metroid Prime 4 doesn't have fast travel. Or I should say Metroid Dread doesn't have fast travel either. Actually, I don't think any Metroid game has fast travel. Yeah, we need to go down there. Yeah, I don't think any Metroid game has fast travel now that I think about it. Granted, I haven't played Prime 2 or 3, so I'm not sure on those. Have I played all the others? Okay, I haven't really played Metroid 2 that much, either. Fast travel doesn't exist? I don't think any Metroid game has fast travel. I don't think so. You, like, if you wanted to go back to an earlier area in Metroid Dread, you always had to run to it. The thing about Metroid games, like those Metroidvania games, is that you'll get abilities. You'll get abilities that will make going back to older areas faster or easier. But there's not a dedicated fast travel. Like, maybe you'll get access to a new door or something, or a new hallway that will make it easier to get back to one of the older areas. But it's not a dedicated fast travel. Build another Wind Waker with the maps require for the Triforce pieces requiring taking hours again. Oh my. Speaking of the Triforce pieces, Badcap, did you know that the original version of Wind Waker, so you know how you had to get Triforce charts to then find the Triforce pieces? Apparently in the original Japanese version, you had to get Triforce charts. No, you had to get treasure charts to find the Triforce charts to then find the Triforce pieces. And of course, I believe in Wind Waker HD, you only had to get 3 of the Triforce charts, and the others you could just get. Like, you don't have to actually get the type shots or limited shops. Oh, that's interesting. That's new. That does kind of sound dumb, because that really should only be for missiles and bombs, right? Not for your elemental shots. I think that's a new Metroid thing. An adventurer. What are you doing here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. How are we hide? There is no fucking way we hid from them. That's dumb. Yeah, So even in the American version of Wind Waker even knew that that was just a slog. The Adder's Nest sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. That's a good point. Peace, friend. We mean you no harm. You are an engineer of Garland Ironworks, are you not? We were alerted of your plight, have come to rescue you. Ah, and you are Scotbot Molligold, I presume. I was told to expect an honorary serpent. My thanks for your aid, friend. Oh, whoops. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garlon's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of magic tech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garlon's crimes. Imperial scouts of Castrum's Orains. They mean to requisition the ship. Yeah. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Hey, it's Biggs and Wedge. The tiny Bronco? But isn't that the Ironworks' latest creation? It is the first airship since we built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Attend me all. The Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into the Garlean's hands. We shall strike them, swift and sure, and rescue Engineer Wedge. Scottbot, I trust we can rely on your support. May the Matron watch over us with me! It gets worse. There was an upgrade for lasso to pull things, but to swing it around, that's a different upgrade. What? Okay. Ambush to arms! It requires a different upgrade to swing it around. What do you mean? Like, so normally you can already disarm things, but to swing things around, you have to get a different upgrade. Granted, stuff like this is kind of normal for Metroid, though. Like, for example, like in every game, but especially the first one, you could get the ability to roll into a ball, but you can't use bombs right away. Maybe that was in the first game. But I know there are some games where you don't get access to bombs till later. Hell, Metroid Dread did it, now that I think about it. What the hell, they got a mech? Deal with the mech later. As opposed to things with force, grapple hooks is a different upgrade. Oh, grapple hook is more for maneuverability, isn't it? Kind of weird. Don't worry, I got this taken care of. For some reason, I'm leveled down to 24. Even though I'm like 30, 32, something like that. Done. Hey Tyler, sorry you won't be joining me today. Here to cheer on from the sidelines. Thank you for stopping by, Tyler. I hope you're having a good day. Biggs! Yeah. I'm really trying to focus on story stuff right now, Tyler. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So, how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we could wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. While you do your work, we shall keep watch over the perimeter. The enemy may be yet lurking nearby. As for you, Scottbot, you have more than done your part today. I bid you return to Adder's Nest and complete your enlistment. I pray there will be no further interruptions. When next we meet, let it be as a fellow serpent of the Order. I, just wanted to say sorry, you know, for calling you Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Twin Adder lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Just lost 30 minutes of gameplay because you got surrounded by enemies. I couldn't move. That explode constantly. Also, when you die, I'm so that's right. And need to save often. Save often. Does Metroid Prime 4 not have autosaves? I don't even remember if Metroid Dread had autosaves or not. Well, yeah, Tyler, we really just focusing on plot right now. And I'm really hoping we can do the mission for... that will let us get Dragoon. No Metroid game has autosaves? I had a feeling. Not even Metroid Dread. Yeah, Batcap's playing Metroid Prime 4 right now, so... You know, to find save points, there's like 2 per area. Yeah, I had a feeling. That's kind of Metroid's thing. But yeah, Tyler, I had to choose of the 3, like, militaries to choose from. And it sounds like you can swap between the 3 whenever you kind of feel like it. And again, I chose this one because I'm thinking this will lead me to basically the Garuda fight or something that will let me get Dragoon. That's kind of why I chose this one, as well as it's Gridania. I started Gridania. Gonna take you 10 minutes to walk back? That's Metroid for you. Skapai, does my spirit well to see you returned. Word arrived but moments ago that a team at 9 Ivies. Lest you worry, the 2 engineers are safely on their way. The lieutenant informs me that you were instrumental in the mission's success. Had you not found the engineer Biggs when you did, and helped us to rout the Garleans, things might have been very different. And all this before you even inducted into the Order. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder's standard. But without further ado, let's see your induction. 12 willing, there won't be any further interruptions. No, not there yet. Granted, Batcap, other Metroidvania games have fast travels. I think Metroid is the only one that really doesn't do fast travel, because I know Castlevania does fast travel stuff. Protocol requires that I praise you for who we are and what we do, after which I will invite you to swear an oath on your own free will. The Order of the Twin Adder is the Grand Company of Gridania. It brings together the martial, economic, and technological resources of our very nation, that we might stand strong in times of duress adversity, when our very survival hangs in balance. Our order was formed on the days before the calamity, in readiness to fight the Garlean Empire, and to combat the beast tribes and their primals. Needless to say, our struggle continues to this day. Elder Caesar Kane Senna is in supreme commander of our forces. Under her wise leadership, we protect the people of Gridania and the sanctity of the Twelves Wood. As the entwined serpents that grace our standard, let Forestborn strive as one with friends from afar to ensure the peace shall ever reign in Gridania. Quick no question. You ever play Trails in the Sky? Consider pick it up. I have never played the Trails games. Part of me wants to. I think I have a friend who picked up a couple Trails games, but I haven't heard him mention that much about it. Cutscenes are only skippable if you die in a boss fight and restart from the beginning of the fight. Yeah, that sounds like Metroid for ya. In doing so, we honor the will of the elementals, and theirs is the will of the wood. Now then, Skapa Mullagold, I ask that you give into us your oath of allegiance in whatever fashion you see fit. I shall strike down the enemies and drink their blood. That's dark. Strike down our enemies and drink their blood. Quite. Your fervor is duly noted. We have a psychopath here. May it lead your strength as you strive to preserve all that is good in this great nation. By the power vested in me, I assign you the rank of Serpent Private 3rd Class. You are now a man of the Order of the Twin Adder. Go forth, Private Malagold, and do that which brings peace to the Twelveswood and honor our name. Played the demo of the remake of Trails in the Sky. I'm really loving it so far. I was like, pick it up, dude. If you're liking it that much. Yeah, Tyler, I've been playing Dragon Quest Monsters, and it's okay. Again, I mentioned yesterday that I think I figured out it's mostly due to, like, the auto battle problem. I'm really kind of not really focused on it too much. Can you hear me, Scottbot? This is Midphilia. An officer of the Order of the Twin Adder contacted me with the news of your enlistment. That was quick. My congratulations, Private Malagold. I've no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a serpent of Gridania, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There's some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. The distant call of a friend in need, perhaps? As you are needed elsewhere, I shall not keep you any longer. I would, however, suggest speaking with the High Super Commander Vorsale Helui before you depart. He may provide you with assistance on the journey ahead. Auto battle mode, maybe hate Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Wait, auto battle is in Xenoblade Chronicles 2? I didn't play auto battle with that. The only problem is that regardless of whether you choose the remake or the original, I'm committing to playing 3 games, so that's something. I feel that. You may accept the quest of my little chocobo for the Twin Adder by speaking to him. Must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for a Realm Reborn. Okay, Tyler. Oh, I'm 3rd class. Now a member of the Grand Company, 3rd class. Your Grand Company and rank can be confirmed at any time under the Profile tab. Pay members, not in guild, but in company seals. You can confirm how many seals are currently in your possession under currency in the main menu. They're earned by completing various Grand Company missions. A Grand Company Quartermaster is stationed at each Grand Company headquarters and will exchange items for company seals. Company seals are only redeemable within the Grand Company that issued them. Ah, so that's why you want to jump around between each one so you can get exclusive stuff. The Grand Companies of Eorzea are constant need of supplies and provisions to maintain their daily operations. Adventurers can earn experience points and company seals by crafting and gathering items required to delivering them. Okay. Or one of many officers throughout the realm with delivery. Items sought change every day, Earth time. They can be confirmed by selecting timers located under duties and memory. So this is just a way to make some money. That's not bad. That's not bad. You'll want to do that. It gives you your first mount. So probably do that before going to the next, the Scion thing. Okay, my little chocobo. Ah, Private Malagold, I understand you have been working tirelessly in Gridania's name. You are truly an example to your fellow serpents. But tell me, have you ever felt as though you couldn't get to your destination quickly enough? That perhaps you could do with the swifter pair of legs? If so, you might consider getting a personal chocobo. You have yet to be issued of your own bird, am I correct? Given your considerable talents, you should be able to attain one in no time at all. Let me tell you how to go about it. First, you must obtain a serpent chocobo insurance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to our man Singar, and he will furnish you with a suitable bird. Okay, so wait. How do I go about... Character menu? Was it? Ah, here we go. Assist job, reputation. Chosen Sky 1's first chapter remake is on sale right now. $45, which is a pretty tight game that came out this year. Why don't you play some of the older games instead of like the most recent one? You could probably get them for a lot cheaper. You gotta head out, Batcap. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by, and have a good rest of your vacation. So wait, how do I access this? Where is it? Oh, novice, duty supporter. Hunting log, sightseeing, crafting, gathering, no. Ready check countdown. Social, no, it's not these. Yeah, Quartermaster? No, where is it? Serpent Quartermaster? Oh, this must be it. Company Seal Exchange. So, I need to find... Played a bit of the original, it's good, but this one feels so much smoother. Ah, I see. Because this one has gameplay that I like better than the original. Well, is there something that's kind of in between, like, maybe the last couple games? I bet you one of them is probably cheaper. Serpent Chocobo Insurance. So... I need to trade in... I guess I have a spare... No, I'm currently using this one. I see. Wait, I think I have one. Oh yeah, shit, I have one. Okay. So now we go here, and I can trade it in for the Chocobo Insurance. So then we take this to you. No, not that. I guess that's another way to get stuff. So I need to now take this to... Okay, I think I see him. Is that the Chocobo? You do have spare gift money you could use on. Right. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I kind of feel you with having too many games right now to work on. That's kind of why I posted some of them in Discord. Be like, hey, would anyone want to see me do first playthroughs of these on stream? So we're kind of going to do Donkey Kong Bonanza and probably Yakuza Kiwami on stream. So that kind of helps take some of those games away and focus on a few others on my own time. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your Chocobo. And here he is. A fellow has been in high spirits in the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you want to give your noble steed a name. There must... Wait, how do I get the... How do I get the... There it is, there it is. There always must be an Oogump. Oogump. Always must be an Oogump. I dare say he likes his name. Here's your very own Chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in a crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your Chocobo Rider's license, as required by law. And that concludes our formalities. I wish you and your Chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. You use whistles to acquire action to summon your personal Chocobo. There's no time limit. However, there are areas such as highly populated series and narrow dungeons that your Chocobo refuses to enter. Can be set to the hotbar. Okay, I may do that. Chocobo armor or barding can be equipped via champion interface. You can give your Chocobo like a costume of sorts. Nice. So, quick question: can the Chocobo only be used in Gridania, since this is a adder Chocobo? Or can it be used anywhere? Also, I'm gonna go to Uda. You can use it anywhere. It just has the twin adder barding. Oh, I see. Okay. But I'm pretty sure I could get the other barding if I do the other two, right? The original play was a half friend, so they were pretty decent fans of the Trail series, so maybe they could use some extra guidance if needed. I mean, sometimes that's always the case. What other games are you looking into playing? Because right now, I am currently going through Dragoon Quest Monsters. And I am going through... I will go through, after I'm done with that, Unicorn Overlord. Okay, first of all... Okay, it is in here. I want to make sure I put in a section that we'll never have to worry about losing. Unobtained, unregistered... Oh, wait, do I actually have to use it? Oh, it's an item. Got it. It doesn't stay in your inventory. Good. Here's the main one. Still need to play... Wait, okay, hold on. Apparently, that's the main one, though. You still need to play Metroid Prime 4. So you do have Metroid Prime 4. Again, Badcap's playing through that as well. I really wanted to play Metroid Prime 4, but I've been not hearing the best things about it. And it's very, very sad. Okay, how do I add in Chocobo mount? Commands. Companion? No, probably information of your summonable companions, detailed information of your mounts you have. Under mount menu of the main menu. Okay, wait a minute. Mount guide? Ah, here we go. Add to hotbar. Okay, it looks like I have to put it on my main set. It doesn't look like I could... Unless this is favorites. Well, either way. I can at least do this. There we go. Why is this Chocobo... How come it doesn't feel like it's going faster? I mean, I guess it is. Swap it to your main set briefly. Oh! So, like, this first one, I had to set it to my main set? Because I kind of want to replace probably signs there. I probably don't need it. And, you know, in this set down here, I'm probably going to replace Return and Teleport with something else eventually. Because I have them there. Swap hotbars to my main one. Oh, right. Yeah, I can always do that. Is the Chocobo losing a little bit of control? But yeah, Tyler, I thought about this the other day. And I'm thinking when it comes to, like, I don't know if you want to call it stream schedule, but when it comes to the next few games I'm planning to do for stream, whenever you set something to the hotbar, it always uses whichever one you currently have your main one. Interesting. I didn't really realize that. Oh, I don't even need to hold forward. It's going forward on its own. Okay. What was I saying? So yeah, I'm thinking the order of games I plan to do now is, once we're done with Pokemon, which we may get it done tomorrow. I have a feeling we're getting it done this week. We're going to Dark Souls. That will happen. We'll probably go back to Plutonia. Mount speed increases as I do the story. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably do Dark Souls. We'll do Dark Souls, and then we'll do Plutonia at the very least. Then probably after Plutonia, maybe after Doom 64. We'll see. We'll go to Donkey Kong Bonanza. Okay, wait a minute. How do I... There we go. At least we can boost the mount speed. That's helpful. Set up a battle royale. At least getting the Chocobo wasn't that complicated. Even if I didn't get the fish, you could do this mission. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride of his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Scottbot. Now, when last we spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... Gods, man, spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow even more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us two of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. By the way, Tyler, how do you get materia crystals? I didn't fully catch that, but I know I can mess around with materias now. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you. all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. So you've forced me to come here just to tell me that Biggs and Wedge are joining. Thanks. Self-management, you know what? I think this is it. I think this is the mission.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Eorzea, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
You can use it to extract material on that. Okay, so I figured it had to do with the Soulbound because I remember reading that, but I don't remember ever getting the materia. So I think I sold weapons and armor before getting the materia.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Alright, I think this is the quest. We beat this one, I think we could get Dragoon. So now I need to go back to Gridania. Just check, thank you. I'm pretty sure this is the quest in question. Now I got a different question, Tyler. So this is to get Dragoon. Is this quest needed to get all the others, or is this only to get the job upgrades in Gridania? Like, if I was a rogue, would I be doing this quest to get it, or would I have to do a different one? / gladiator / paladin. I gotta wait for everything to load. To get all other jobs. So wait, okay. This one quest gets me every other job. I guess that's what I'm asking. There we go. Terrible have in mind to think out loud, but tell me, what brings you to Adder's Nest? We come in peace. Commander Helios has been waiting for the aid of the Scions. Once you hit level 30 and follow each job quest, yes. Oh, of course. I've did that with Lancer. But it seems like this one job is the one other roadblock, right? Well, if it is a Private Mulligold reporting for duty, that's the zeal I'd like to see from enterprising young serpent. Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papa Limo. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. You just finished the quest. Check with the Lancers Guild and you should be able to start Dragoon. Yes. Oh, it was just that one quest. Okay, we can do that very quick. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we are investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelveswood home. The Sylphs are, for most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Caesar, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is the same mind, and 'tis precisely the reason that the Sylph's relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that summoning the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of Los Solis remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a protective parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. My God. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from the West Shore Pier should take us straight there. Friendly palaver, indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papa Limu. So as you said, I should probably be able to do Dragoon. So we'll be checking up on that. Again, what I am trying to ask is, if I was, say, if I was trying to get into Paladin, was this quest the one that allows me to get to Paladin? Or is it a different quest? Because I'm wondering if, by picking the Seeds of Adder is what led me down to be able to do this. Goes for every other job in the game. So this one quest lets you do it. Okay. I need to go there, but we're gonna start what I've been waiting for this entire time. I dare say you might just be the right man for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks sees these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can to this end. We offer to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but we're politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance, and who fits that description save adventurers. Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of this task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon arrival. The observatorium. Where is that? Observatorium. Okay, hold on. This one. No, not that one. This one. Observatorium is in an area I haven't been to yet? Oh, I haven't been here yet. Ishgard. Check out. Have I been to Ishgard? On a tune? No, I haven't. Oh, but for his spine. I don't... Okay. How do we get here? Black Shroud. Okay, hold on. North Shroud. I need to go here? East Shroud? No. Lavender Bends. Southern. That goes to Thanalan. Central. I think I need to go here. So I think we'll take a trip to the North Shroud and head up that way. I want to get Dragoon. So we're going to do this first. Yeah, it's in an area that's not of the 3 city-states. Kind of heading to a whole new area altogether. Yeah, Dragoon takes priority for me right now. Over plot. Huh. Feels like I have better control. Wait, so how come I was able to... How come the Chocobo was moving on its own after a little while? But now, like, he stops moving. Is there something that I'm not understanding? I turned on auto run? Huh, how did I do that? How did I turn on auto run then? Left bumper? Oh, okay. I guess it had to... You know what? It was when I was messing around with, trying to swap the hotbar. That's what happened. Okay. Works on foot, too. You know what? It's been a long time since I actually used auto-run. Probably, like, in the first... basically in the first stream. And I never use it, so... That's why I forgot. But yeah, definitely faster. It just doesn't necessarily feel like it's faster. Finally, a brand new area that doesn't really, well, probably has nothing to do with the, yeah, probably has nothing to do with the 3 city-states. See, I'm only 3 levels under. This is fine. Okay, I made it to the observation. You must be the adventurer whom Ywain sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Alberic Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of an essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The Eye of Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth has been stolen, and we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask for your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estein, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was permitted by one of our own, an individual in possession of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits upon his capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logdrandwell might have the knowledge of routes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I would prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. We must act quickly. For you see, Estein is... but I've already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estein was clad in black armor. Now go and speak not a word of what I told you to anyone. Okay. So when you go over here... Routes favored by the Ishgardian fugitives. Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act for yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road, we've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to as nearly as many Eorzea as Ishgard, it is no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florental's spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idrishten. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. Okay, before I leave... Oh, it's all the way up here. Just kind of take a look around. Monument Tower, Boulder's Drowns. Okay, you know what? I am going to attune to this. Then I'm going to head back. But yeah, Tyler, I've been playing Dragon Quest Monsters, and I think it's just kind of okay, and I've been kind of losing focus on it. Ooh, Feral Crocs. There's a part of me that's kind of getting bored already, and I mentioned this yesterday, but I feel like part of the problem is I'm relying too much on auto battle. And it's kind of the same problems as with Final Fantasy XIII. The problem is, with Final Fantasy XIII, if I were to ignore auto battle, I still can have a good time. And it kind of helps that the menuing is pretty quick to go through. And you actually need to try in battles. Whereas in Dragon Quest Monsters, I kind of don't feel like I really need to try in battles. To the point where normal battles just last like 2 turns anyway. And the menuing just takes a little bit longer to go through. Then it's more just to save a lot of time. I mean, I'm still going through it, but... yeah, I just think Dragon Quest Monsters is just okay. Alright, now we're gonna head back to North Shroud. Yeah, I remember these Crocs from Final Fantasy XII. They're not to be taken lightly. Go this way. Once we get Dragoon, I might complete some of the quests from this area. Not this area, the Gridania. Like some of the other job ones, since I'm here. And then go back and do the Garuda, the Sylph stuff. If I happen to end up back in Udall, or Limsa, Lominsa, then maybe I'll work on the job ones, get some of them completed while I'm over there, but I'm not going to work on it. I'm not going to go out of my way. I really wanted to get Dragoon. Like, that was kind of my main goal for today. Alright, talk to you. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I'm the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Corthius. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? No, I recall nothing of the sort. And such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Lodrandrel and see if he has any other theories. So, I did not look through the reward list of the 12 adder. But what kind of rewards can you get from them? Obviously, we got the Chocobo one, but what kind of rewards can you get? Is it a lot of cosmetic stuff? And if it is a lot of cosmetic stuff involved, is there different cosmetic stuff in the other two? Now look, you say, most curious. Why it is not impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Forlental's spire, which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The crimes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there have been talk of a curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here, at night. Were I you, I might begin search there. I'm gonna have to deal with Ixals. As far as cosmetics go, there is job-specific armor. A recent update made to where you can do more any job's armor to any other job. Right, I kind of get that. I'm just asking if there's cosmetic items that you can only get in the 12th adder, versus there's some that's only in the, like, the other two. Like, give you a reason to do all three of the, you know, to give you reason to do all of them. Each guild, grain company has their own cosmetics available. So that's one reason to be doing all of them. What else is there other than cosmetic items that's worth it? That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. The eye, it rouses for another. Rouses. Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again. You can be sure of it. Now to head back and report. Also, do I actually have to swap alliances every time, or can you just sign up to all three and just do them at your own will, whatever you feel like? I guess what I'm asking is, should I get everything I can out of this current grand, group, and then later, once I get everything, then swap to another one? We signed up with one at a time. Okay, I had a feeling. So maybe I should get everything I can out of this group, and then once I feel like I got everything I would want, swap to another one. Dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury, that the eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible in the light of recent events. It would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Dravania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians, and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Eshstein's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye. But I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Skabon, you who have received the power of the dragon. You may be labored to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragoon I bear glows in your presence. Irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before the Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation, but avails us not to the cudgel of our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vassal for the power of the dragon. That dragon lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the dragoon. I will entrust you with mine, Skabon. Like Eshstein, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon, although that power has since become lost to me. It was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my procession. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear, none of us can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope for bringing Eshstein to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than a complete mastery over all the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. Frickin' finally. Finally got Dragoon. Eye of the dragon! Now we gotta jump. We have to be level 35 for the next quest. That is fine. I'm okay with that. You have attained the Soul Crystal. Require you to change from your current class to a more specialized job. It has its own crystal and arms to which can be equipped via armory chest. While using the job, you'll have limited access to actions from other classes, but you'll have new skills. Job levels concede with those of the base class. When the job level rises, so does the level of the base class, and vice versa. Jobs that do not have a base class, however, will start from the level required to unlock them, and their level can be raised independently of other classes and jobs. So if I go to character, Soul of the Dragoon. By changing your job to the Dragoon, you may carry over the hotbar and crossbar settings from Lancer. As the actions from Lancer may also be used when playing Dragoon, transferring from these settings will allow you to readily play similar faction. Yes. We'll transfer. Okay. So I am a Dragoon. Yay! Okay. So if I go to actions, here's jobs. Delivers a jumping attack with potency of 250. Returns to your original position after the attack is made. Executes a jump to a location 15 yalms behind you. Grants enhanced piercing talon. But I can't. Okay, I don't have these. So jump to Mirage Dive. Okay, hold on. Let's swap this out with Oh, I don't know. We'll swap it out with Lake Sweep for now. I don't really use Paralysis that often. Okay, let's head back. So jump chains into something else? Is that what's going on? And I just don't have that skill yet? And Tyler, you're saying that once you're a Dragoon, there's not much reason to, once you're a Dragoon, there's not much reason to go into the other classes, or back into Lancer, right? It might later? Okay, I don't have the skill then. Kinda doesn't feel like I'm a Dragoon yet. I think I just need the right armor. So, I can have armor that's specific to Lancer and armor that's specific to Dragoon as well. So, it is kind of a separate class, isn't it? In some ways, it's considered a separate class. Yeah, you can still use all your Lancer skills as Dragoon anyway, so there's no reason to go back to Lancer. That's really weird. Yeah, I have no reason to go back to Lancer, so I'll keep this at Dragoon. And if I ever want to change back, I just unequip this. I was saying, look, this changed to Dragoon as well. Dragoon / Lancer. That's the only one that's like that. Okay, good to know. It seems like the skills are still good, though. For, the Lancer skills are still useful. I don't think I was level 20, so that's why I didn't accept this last time. But now that I'm level 22, I can accept this. I can't continue the Carpenter one unless I make the Feather Harpoon. Okay, what do you want? Pair of material enhanced ghost skin leggings. I need more materia. It's gonna be a while before I do this. Actually, what do I need to make the feathered harpoon? Oh, it's animal glue. But to make animal glue... No, that's fish glue. Where's animal glue? I need bone chips. Oh, I could easily make that. But I can't do that yet. So I'm kind of stuck with that. We can do... Okay, we can do Botanist now. Level 26. There we go. By the way, Tyler, I know it's a little... I think it's too late now, but with the holiday event, it allowed me to go back into the bazaar and do other things. What could I have gotten? I'm assuming it's more like previous holiday events that I could have gotten that I missed. Sprigs of chamomile? Well, I don't remember where chamomile is, but I can set that up later. And I could do that on my own time. Yeah, I could do that later. there any other jobs I could do? Where are we at on time? Get items for previous years. Okay, so that's what I think that's what I missed. You know what? Let's work on Conjurer a little bit. I'm level 16. I could do the next job section. At least for this. Kind of work on it just a little bit longer. It will be a little bit more focused, though. It's a little bit more involved. Then I think after this... I think after working on this, it will be maybe the story section that I started. And that might be it. We'll see. Acquaint yourself with third element, water. First part of your lesson here. Take the fast of pristine water and pour to the foot of the tree now near the hut. Water purely draw for corrupting entity, blah blah blah. Okay, we're learning water. That's the next step. And we need to get to the East Shroud. I had a feeling. I think it will be faster to... Oh. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. I have to do this every time. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. I have to set the chocobo onto all of my hotbars at some point. That's kind of annoying. So, what would be the next, like, holiday event, Tyler? Because I think I've missed the rest of the Christmas event, which is fine. I kind of almost purposely ignored it because I'm still working on my base stuff, you know. I kind of just purposely ignored it after getting the one. But yeah, what would be the next one? Because maybe I'll grind it out on my own time, I don't know. After doing the base story section for it. Oh, the New Year's one is right now? Yeah, can you give me the details? Because maybe we'll do that. Get that done. Because now would be the time for me to do it. You know, thinking about how long the story mission might take, maybe I will save the story mission for next time and just take care of other things. Come on, there we go. We'll see how long everything takes. Because Ifrit, I was running low on time. And I don't want to be caught in a situation like that right now. Maybe we will save the story mission for later. For next time. You know what? I'm probably getting into a fight. This ain't hard at all. One more stone will do the trick. Done. Excuse me, sir. What do you mean interrupted? Yeah, whatever. Target is part of another player's duty. Oh, I can help. Okay, got it. It's fine. So what's called? There should be an NPC by its name of Limsa, Lominsa, and Lower Decks. You talk to, you get a minion out of that ordeal. Okay. So, okay. So there is a New Year's event right now at Limsa. We'll go and do that. I think we're going to ignore the story for now. Oops. Went the wrong way. I think we'll ignore the story for now and do that quest. How long does it last, Tyler? Lasts until January 15th, so I do have time, but sooner the better I get it. Yeah, exactly. And once I get it done, if I decide to grind for the other stuff on my own time, that's perfectly fine. But I think getting it done now will be for the best. So once we're done here, we'll go to Limsa. It's good that I asked, because I didn't realize that was going to be a factor. Greetings, Brother Isumi informed me of your coming. I assume that it was you who purified the water of the hedge tree. The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both of them and myself, I thank you. I think for these I'm not going to emphasize the story as much because it's not my main. Now without further ado, let us speak to the Brother Isumi sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when the lesson of this day comes to water. One need not study botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying out the nutrients. This precious liquid is the lifeblood of the Twelveswood. Without it, naught would grow. But should it rise to great volume and too swiftly be a crashing wave and wash out before it, it is important to realize that all the nature is balance. As conjury derives from the power of nature, we must take care not to use our art in a matter like to disrupt this state. Ever must we be mindful to the ceaseless tug of war. Brother Jokon, are you about? I am here, sir. What has transpired? I heard a young antelope stags have gone berserk. Mad beasts have gored the soldiers sent to the shepherd away the civilian settlements, leaving a pile of wounded over the spire, and not enough hands to stall the bleeding. We need a healer. Okay, curious. I sense nothing amiss in the whisperings of the elementals. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Apologies, I shall revisit these musings anon. Let's make haste. Matters are as chaotic as you say. I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt that we too will suffice. We must divide our forces. Scapa, travel straight away to the spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally the further healers, and follow you after bearing what restorative injuries I can. Sir, head to Stillgate Fan and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. By the way, Tyre, one thing I was asking about Conjurer, or wondering, so, only up until what level 50, where you can get, one-handed twigs for magic casting, right? Everything past level 50 is two-handed. Why do you think they got rid of the one-handed stuff for White Mage, and you have to be forced to use two-handed? You come in a moment too soon. We have wounded. Aid them. Please, do it. They're bleeding out. Breathe again. Oops. But you join the whalers to put it into this. Okay, so now I go after the the antelope. Got no clue? It kind of feels strange that after level 50 they're like, no one-handed weapons for you now. Because, if you're stuck with two-handed weapons, you cannot have a shield. So that's why I decided to go with one-handed weapons in this case. That way I can have a shield. Because I'm assuming a shield is really useful to have. That is not what I meant to fight. Shit. Gotta keep an eye on my HP. Not what I meant to target. Alright, did they just decide, nah, you can only use two-handed weapons, or is there some sort of broken thing that giving a white mage a shield, like, is somewhat broken? Also, like, I was kind of looking at the stats between one-handed and two-handed weapons for white mage stuff. There didn't really seem to be that much difference between one and two-handed stuff. Like, it seemed like I would have been fine just with one-handed. Heal up. Alright, let's fight the antelope. Maybe? Well, for right now, I'm sticking with one-handed. Because that way I can have the shield. But eventually I'm going to have to swap to two-handed. You gotta head out now? Have a good rest of your day, Tyler. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe you can actually jump in next time. Okay, now I actually need to try being a healer. Okay. Okay, we do that. But I'm still targeting... Okay. Yeah, there's gotta be a better way for me to do this. We do this. Now let's heal you up. Okay, now I think I'm getting it. Constantly targeting the Lancer, then yeah, this is something I gotta get used to. Man, my heal sucks. Man, I really think I could be healing a lot better. Oh. Okay. Well, I think a couple people died. Yeah, definitely have to get used to White Mage, that's for sure. But at least this battle kind of helped me out, figure out how to kind of do this a little bit better. It probably would be easier when there's a single enemy target, that's for sure. I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me that you were not too late. Selphie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster, I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. My mother never did anything wrong. Scappa, I may ask you to follow her. Please. I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. Yeah, it's almost like she's right over there. You can see her. It's not like she really didn't get that far. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her, losing her magic. I mean... And then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I don't think... Please, I need to be alone. This is back at the... Yeah, back in Gridania. Okay. At this point, it would be faster to teleport. So yeah, we'll complete this quest, and then we'll go to Limsa, or Lominsa. We should be able to do the New Year's event, and I may complete some other random job quests as well. I don't know why I didn't teleport. And if I feel like it, I can do more of the New Year's quest to get whatever rewards that they have. Again, if I feel like it. Depends on how much grinding there is and how much I want to focus on other rewards. returned at last? Were you able to speak with Selphie? I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature, that we might bring about change, earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Selphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite. And now that which I most fear has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills. And Selphie's aptitude for the arts is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she should not reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I for one could not bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think of a solution to this dark dilemma, and it may be that I have need of your assistance in the near future, Scotbot. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who passed the trial of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to the nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned the role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the implacable power of surging waves. Like earth and wind, and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet, this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself ever more closely to the elements and nature. I'm not going to grab any of these. I already have a good piece of equipment. Yeah, I need to be level 20 for the next part, which is perfectly fine. I don't see water anywhere. Did I not get water? Oh well, it's fine. Alright. No, that's not what I wanted. Oops. I think I can at least complete the other jobs for the stuff in Limsa that I've already have ready to go and get the next batch started, but I don't think I can. I don't know if I'll have time to do Scholar. I don't think so. It really depends on how long this next one is going to, the New Year's event is going to take. And how long these loading screens will last. Alright, let's try this again. Airship landing. Gotta wait for it to load. If I have time, I'll try to do the Scholar quest. But I don't know if I will have time. Oh, Stone 2. Is it just better? 150, 150, recast, same time, MP cost 200, MP cost 200, 2190. So yeah, Stone 2 is just stronger. Okay. Interesting. I thought Stone 2 would have something more to it. Does Stone 1 combo into Stone 2? Or is that more of a DPS thing? There might be no reason to have Stone 1 after that point. from here, I am going to culinary. Complete this quest. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna activate all of these. There we go. I was wondering why that wasn't popping up, but I think because I had it hidden. That's why it didn't appear. I basically put all my side quest related stuff back here. Yeah, do you like the food? You see me have made amends, fellow chef's failure. Yeah, I kind of don't really care about what goes on in these job ones. It's not like I have a rival or something. Imagine if you did. Yeah, we're just gonna grab that. And I need to be level 20? Yep. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That makes things simple. That way I don't have to worry about... that's something I don't have to work on right now. I kind of wish there was a warp that was closer to the armorers and the blacksmith. This is like the only like job related one that feels like it's too far away from a different teleport. Oh, did it not go the right way? Need to go around. No? Great. Oh, there you are. Yes, it's high quality. I do that for extra EXP, I believe. That's how it works. Yeah, honestly, Armorer and Culinary I kind of don't put as much focus on as some of the other classes. Culinary, like, most of the stuff is just, you know, to make the food, and the food is only so useful. I mean, it helps, but it's not like a mandatory upgrade for me. So I don't put as much priority in it as I probably could in other things. And plus, all the ingredients just take up a lot of space, when I could be using my storage in other ways. I have not been reading any of these. But since I am not really focusing that much on like Paladin or something, even though I could put a little bit more focus on Paladin, but yeah, because I haven't put that much focus, I haven't been focusing on armor all that much. But yeah, I need to be level 20, which is fine. That just allows me some extra time to focus on other stuff. Oh, this is the one I don't actually have everything made. Oh, never mind, I don't have everything made on this one. What's this? Business of blacksmithing. Yeah, I don't have things made. right. I was gonna make it. Oh well. I guess we'll leave it at that. I could finish that up on my own time. That's okay. That was like the one thing I didn't get done when I could have got it done. Is this it? I think this is it. You seek sharing joys of Heavenstrom Customs, which delivers the... Okay. Honor belongs to the horse to find durable steeds. Now that I previously had the pleasure of introducing the horse in Eorzea, few are... I'm kind of speeding through this. You have the wealth of experience with creatures great and small. Your willing might prevail. Without further ado, my assistant, the Uma Yuriki, set off in the direction of the drowning wench. Seek him out for offer assistance. Okay, hold on. Want that on a higher priority. Let's do that and hide. Let's hide some of these. Just to make things a little bit easier to keep track of. And I could go back, I could go down below and work on, get fishing done. Oh yeah, I also don't put that much focus on fishing as well. That's another one I haven't spent much time on. It helped that I got the lure. I've been doing a little bit more ever since I got the lure. That can be used kind of for anything. How am I to promote a procession when it refuses my every command? Oh, forgive me, I did not notice you there. The Uma Bugyo sent you. I could indeed use some help. Little one here is a unicult. The young of a unicult, rare even in Eorzea. Our delegation was able to borrow it from Heavenstrom celebration, but as you can see, is disinclined to obey me. While I'm versed in handling the horses, and could tame the unruliest of them, this creature has eluded all my attempts to reach out to it. It appears to be daunted by the new surroundings and will neither move nor respond to all I say. What's this? The unicorn approaches you of its own accord. Because I'm the special. When I collected this from Ishgard, I was told that unicorns favor those with pure heart. I thought it a myth, but the creatures must have truly have the ability to sense our intent. In my eagerness to use it for our festivities, I may have driven it away, while you drew it in yourself with your innocence. Well, unless I'm mistaken, it wishes to say that with you, I would seem willing to promote the Heavenstrom procession. Loath though I am to impose, might I ask you to take the unicorn with you and spread the word of the event. Procession will set from the Zephyr Gate in the middle of Lanosia and strike southward. To begin with, you might try approaching the folk nearby. When you have finished, pray report to Uma Bugyo. I leave the unicorn in your capable hands. You know, I think Scuffbot is back. Take it around the area and inform the locals. For one more NPCs to accompany you. Okay. Speak. When changing eras, if you part ways with an NPC, you may return to the starting point. Got it. We gotta spread word about the new year. Far Eastern friends have got something in store for us, I hear. Gotta show the Unicult. What a curious little creature. What exactly is it? Nay! I gotta speak its language. So it's the Heavenstern's mascot. Oh, and I see now it's a unicorn, which makes it the year of the horse, eh? That explains the style of its adornments. I'm mostly out at sea, so I don't have much contact with horses, but there was a thriving harness trade over in Kagane. Chocobos in Eorzea and horses in the Far East. It's interesting, isn't it? How two different creatures in faraway lands came to embrace the same way. There is to be possession outside the city? Or procession. That sounds like a good bit of fun. We'll tell everyone we know about it. Okay, we gotta continue promoting the event. It sounds like it's just gonna be a lot of that. Like, there's not gonna be much more, like, what do you call it? Not much extra to the dialogue. Have you heard the good word? It's the new year of the Unicult. Far Eastern culture right here at home. Not too familiar horses, so I look forward to seeing them on their gallant majesty. Okay, that was simple. I think it said I can teleport. So where's the other one? Ah. Yeah, I think it said I could teleport within the area. Yep, there we go. Of course, we gotta deal with loading. Game. Are you gonna load? Will the game load? We shall find out later. You know, in this time, I might as well just fix Scuffbot, because it's taking a lot of time for it to load this NPC. As far as I can tell in the playback, it's oh, there we go. So at least get that part started while I still fix the PNG. Give me just a minute. Game. There we go. There we go. Got that fixed. Alright. Okay, let me swap it back. Okay, is that Unicorn Young I spy? His mascot for this year's Eorzea, you say? I see. Might be rare, but the grand companies be employing horses on trial basis. Something as came about years ago, thanks to the Eorzea celebration. Yeah. Take part. Okay, check it out. Good. Now we're going to Bugyo. You've returned, everyone their same, been promoting the unicorns. Most excellent job you have done with it. If the incitement along the townspeople is any indication, allow me to express heartfelt thanks. Now then, may I ask how our mascot fares? Well, last I beheld it, it was starting fairly... whatever. Well now, look at the outgoing and cheerful you have become. Had I not known better, I would not think you were the same creature. Lest you wonder, is there a reason why we went through the not inconsiderable effort to have a unicorn as our mascot this year's celebration? It all began during my previous visit to Eorzea, and our impassioned desire to introduce the horse to your land. We had incurred the ire of fraternity, representing chocobo interests, with whose leader I engaged in a heated argument. Thankfully, the Ishgardian knight chanced to be on hand, a charmingly irreplaceable silvered-haired gentleman, who's helped us resolve the matters in civility and amenity. Bearing the crest of the unicorn upon his person, he smiled as he expressed his tremendous and equal admiration for horses, and chocobos both. In recalling that episode, I was reminded of the greatness of bonds that transcended nations, and so when our delegation was due to visit Eorzea once more, I was inspired to reach out to the noble house to which that knight belonged. For a time, I had feared what might become of this year's event, but thanks to the Unicult, and for you helping it come to its own, I have confidence that all shall be well. Yes, all shall be well indeed. Much like the Ishgardian knight, I believe you possess the innate ability to bring desperate hearts and souls together. That being the case, with you having promoted the procession, full sure am I that we shall have a great crowd in attendance. Now then, the hour of the event is upon us. We shall begin as soon as the preparations are complete. Okay. The second time this is have the privilege of... Okay. Is this not going to update? Okay. So we got another one? Here we go. Being immediately outside Zephyr Gate, the people should not have trouble finding it. Does me well to see Unicult in good spirits. Now, seeing as you kindly promoted the procession, seems only natural you attend it. Okay. Speak with... Okay, I need to go to the Zephyr Gate. Which I believe that's in Middle Limsa. Yep, right here. Great. Gotta wait. There... No? Don't have it yet. There we go. Short time with you has become completely ease around people. So that's a good thing. Is this essentially just a cutscene? Oh, those horses, might they be? Indeed, they are first brought in from the far east after your delegation's visit years ago, being a breed of suited to our climes. They've fared very well. We employ them in patrols, proving themselves most dependable. As the riders care for and carriers both, it gives us great pride to present them to the people of the occasion of the Heavy Stern. But to have these three steeds lined up side by side, I have no doubt that mine is the finest among them. I beg to differ. Mine has the brightest eyes, and shiniest coat, and noblest bearing. Any and all can see that is its finest. As you can see, we've quite taken to our horses. These splendid steeds will make their way together along the road, putting their gallant and majestic forms on display, a marvelous way to mark the coming of the year of the horse. I trust you will agree. What's this? You wish to join the procession? Well, I'm impressed of your newfound courage, little one. I fear it would not be safe for you to run along the war-trained creature several times your size. But what if I guard it? I'll be there to watch over it. If you will accompany it, perhaps there will be no cause for concern. And 'tis true the people would be delighted to see our adorable mascot. Very well, you may take part. Let's proceed with this manner while the Grand Company horses travel along the road. The unicorn shall run freely through the fields, be with you at its side. That would help the procession end in a charming accent, I believe. Without further ado, then, the good officers and I shall set forth, and we shall see you and the unicorn at the procession's end. Okay. I need to follow the unicorn. Got it. Basically another escort mission. Might as well have extra running. It's a simple mission, but we get the Unicult out of this as a little, not mount, it's a, oh, what are these called? I don't know. But we'll get the Unicult out of this. I'll probably swap to it anyway. This is not that bad. It's very simple. At least so far, these events, so far out of the two that I've done, they are very simple to complete. They don't really waste that much time. We were watching from here. You ran impressively, little one. Here, here, be a great stallion for a growling foe. Few things are more magnificent than a horse in motion. In the far east, 'tis believed to behold the horse's majestic form in the new year is to pray for peace and plenty. Furthermore, the unicorn is a symbol of the bond between our lands, a mark of a friendship that shall endure for generations. These two things serve to lend the procession even greater meaning. In Ishgard, the unicorn is held to be a sacred beast that assists in religious rites. 'Tis rather fitting that it should assist in the Heavenstern as well. Is that so? That's the most fascinating for the unicorn to also be considered a sacred beast in the Far East, possessed of divine powers. Distant though our lands may be, we have much more in common. To have the little one be a part of the celebration is auspicious indeed. Truly a horse in motion is a magnificent sight. With that, my fellows, and I shall tend to tidying up. In the meantime, I would be grateful if you could report to Uma Bugyo. My thanks again for the invaluable aid. Oh, it looks like it has teleported me. That's nice. The game doesn't really do that often. There we go. Teleport me all the way back here. That's very convenient. Now I just gotta wait for it to load. Come on. There we go. In gladness and glee, I do welcome your return. By the unicorn's buoyant bearing alone, I could tell that the procession was a rousing success. You may have done very well, little one, going far and above beyond your duties as a mascot. Rightly proud of yourself you may be. Now, in the course of being at your side, our once wary unicorn has forged a bond of trust with you. Is that not so? Then, in hope and faith that I ask that you take it in with you on your journeys. In your care, I believe it can reach its full stride, and our Ishgardian friends would doubtlessly agree. In parting, I bid you enjoy the Heavenstern festivities while they last, and on behalf of our delegation, I wish you the health and happiness for the year ahead. All done. Should you wish to draw Omikuji, you have returned to offer services the remainder of the year. I don't know what that means, but if I could come back here, I might be able to get more of these that I missed. Minion, that's the frickin' one. That's what they're called. There we go, I got the Unicult. I like it, I'll keep it out here. Alright, one other thing I'll do before wrapping up. Because I'm kinda feeling it. I don't think I have time for the job quest that I need to do. Besides, I kind of need to wrap up soon anyway. I can feel it in my voice. I'm losing it. Let's give you the Princess Trout. And that's done. Yeah, neither of these are helpful. I'm just grabbing these. Grabbing the money. And we can start the next one. Okay. Talk to you. Speak to Sisyphus again. Speak to another person. Again, I'm not even reading what's happening. Now you want me to deliver navigator's daggers. Are those actual weapons, or is that like another fish? I'm assuming it's another fish. But that is all I will be doing today. Thanks for everyone who showed up. I am doing these streams Monday through Friday at noon Pacific time. If you want the old streams that are not on Twitch anymore, they're on YouTube at ScottBot64 Stream Archives. There's a link in the About page. If you're already on the YouTube side, maybe come to the Twitch side, because we have channel point rewards for you to mess around with, and emotes and other stuff. But yeah, we're gonna do more of this next week. We'll probably continue the story. Did I seriously... Scuffbot's back right at the last second. My god. And I'm not fixing that right now. Anyway, we'll continue this next week. And then tomorrow, we should be doing Pokemon Legends ZA. Hopefully, we can wrap it up all the way through. Have a good day. Later.